What's up guys, Devin with Adventure Hobby Passion back today doing another video. As you can see from the thumbnail, we got lots of new stuff and mostly shop upgrades slash another project. So first thing we got in here is a firewall grommet, firewall little boot, so I can run the wires through the firewall properly. And then the other thing I got right here is a single gauge pod for, thank you Keith, for the Tacoma to have my trans temp. That is what we're going to be doing. We're installing a trans temp gauge so I can check on that when we're driving and doing our crazy stunts to make sure that we don't overheat the transmission. So in this bag, I don't really want to take everything out, but we got our brass fittings to be able to install the gauge into the transmission hose, so we enter the transmission line to be able to read the temperature gauge. For in that project, we're going to be using an impact screwdriver. We're going to be using some wire, and this wire will be using some body pry tools to take out the trim. And then this one we're probably going to end up using today. Got a new light, should be shatter resistant. It's going to mount good underneath the hood of the Tacoma or any vehicle really. And yeah, we're going to use this, we're going to test it underneath it, and we're also going to use it for camping inside the trailer. So let's jump right into installing, well, taking apart the Tacoma to get that gauge installed. And we're going to start off with a couple of unboxings of the rest of the parts for this video. So we got our Max Toe Double Vision gauge. It's going to be pretty dope. It came in actually way early. It wasn't supposed to be here till the 15th, and it came on the 8th. It's crazy. It said the 15th on the earliest up to the 22nd, I think. We got our heat shrink soldering joints, just because that'll be a lot nicer. It'll be nice, waterproof and everything. Good for the engine bay. Keith's here grabbing his electronic stuff. And then we also got the new Milwaukee wireless speaker for the job site. So we can actually be listening to music while we're working on this, because you're not supposed to have your battery plugged in to work on all this electronics. Alright guys, so we've worked on this a lot without the camera because the camera shuts down because it was like 105 degrees today. But we got the center dash taken apart, got the radio out because we're wiring up the 4 power wires, ground wire, power wire, switch power wire. I forget what the other one is.
Power switch, luminescence, and...
yeah, luminescence. And then we're gonna wire it. This wire that's right next to the orange one, right there, is you got the power probe on. Yep. Is the sensor wire. It's got actually tons of wire to be able to get the gauge on, and we're also still running into the problem right here. That bottom bolt is stripped out, and I put an easy out on it and tried to get it out. It started moving a little bit, and then the easy out snapped. So, you know, that kind of sucks. We're going to do the wiring for fixing the crappy wiring harness for the radio. Get the speakers in the right location, because when I did this, before I started YouTube, I wired it up and got the speakers all good, but I don't know which speaker was what. And, you know, I didn't wire it to the right speakers. When you change fade in and out, it'll turn one side off and the other side off. It's stupid and it's janky. So we're gonna fix that out, and while we fix that, we're gonna wire in the gauge. We're gonna use some of these heat shrink wire connectors. They got the little solder joint in the middle, and it's waterproof and everything. So that's going to be super, super nice. We're gonna get that wired in, and we'll catch you in the next update. Alright guys, we got the truck all put back together, and then we're gonna test out the gauge, and then if it works all the way good, it should, we are gonna glue it up to these black lines, as you can see it with my gross fingernails. And then we're gonna have to get a new one of these just because these bolts were so freaking screwed up. So yeah, let's go ahead and do the first drive. Look guys, we got Temp. We're registering at 94. And it's gonna get mounted there, so it'll be nice and easy to read and clean. All right guys, we are gonna be getting onto the freeway. We're gonna be going to Las Vegas, baby. Alright guys, so I forgot to film an outro, but it means I can give you some more driving experience and what my opinion is. So I put the transmission temperature gauge on my truck. It works great, and in the video I really don't get the transmission hot at all, but that's a little bit of freeway driving, almost no city driving. When you do a lot of city driving, it definitely gets it warm, but not insanely hot. If you do off-roading, so a long time at 15 miles an hour, it gets really, really hot. Or if you're towing, it gets really, really hot. I have towed with it, there's your hint. But yes, so the transmission temperature gauge I highly recommend it. It's very easy to read, very nice. It fits in really good. I love the pod connector that I got. Highly recommend everything. Everything's going to be in the description down below. So yeah, check it out. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. But biggest thing with my channel, go out and go find your passion.